Alrighty, hey everybody, welcome back to Crypto Traders Arena. It's today's Sunday, the February 12th, and episode 6 of our weekly crypto review. Also Super Bowl Sunday for any Americans that care. I don't really watch too much football, but I'll probably watch the game today. Anyhow, welcome back. We're just into another week of this crypto investment plan, and things are starting to happen, and I think I'm just going to, I'll say hi to Paul really quick here. Are you here, Paul? My cohort in this show.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Awesome. So we're both here. I think I'm just going to jump into some really quick analysis, DXY and Bitcoin and stuff, and then we're going to jump into altcoins right after that and just kind of continue going through our we're going through the bigger market cap coins, and then also today I'll get into some other coins that look interesting right now, kind of involving the ZK narrative that seems to be popular all of a sudden. It's kind of funny how this altcoin world seems to move in narratives. You know, like we obviously just had the AI coin narrative going over the last month or so. AI coins were going nuts, and then now it seems like there might be a pivot into ZK. I keep seeing it everywhere, just kind of, zero knowledge stuff. I'm not going to get into all the technicals of that, but it just seems like that could be the narrative that's coming up here shortly. So we're going to pay some attention to that today. And yeah, that would be a pretty good show. Maybe by the end we can get a couple requests in if there's time. So anyhow, I got the DXY up on the screen right here as a weekly chart. And the only thing I'm going to say about this is, this weekly chart, last 2 weeks, we've caught a pretty good bounce after kind of washing this low here in the 50% level. Now we got resistance at my moving average here at 104, just a little bit above. So I do think we'll probably pop up and hit that. This is an ugly bottom, but DXY kind of will have a tendency to ugly bottom like this. This is kind of 3-bar fractal thing that's coming on here. But really, I'm just looking for resistance up here. So, things like Bitcoin are kind of rolling over at the moment. As the DXY pops up into this area, I'll be interested to see what it does here. And if it's topping out, then maybe we can catch another leg in crypto and stocks and stuff. So that's all I'm going to say really quick about the ES. And I just want to mention that we were talking about this line as the next sort of stop up here into this gap. And really ES hasn't broken down yet here. So the stock market's still kind of looks like it's making this ABCD still to get up to this high here. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm not really seeing a breakdown here. It is starting to get some bearish MACD divergence, but with the same time with RSI not overbought here yet, not really too concerned with that. Just kind of looks like we're grinding higher still. OBV is starting to break down a little bit. And technically we have a potential OBV divergence coming in here if OBV keeps trailing down here as the ES makes a higher high. But still looks kind of uppy to me. The moving averages are now crossed. This weekly chart again, remember, so we've got weekly moving average cross and even checked here already, and it's pushing higher. So kind of see this pink moving average 13 EMA as support, and we're just pushing higher up into this level. So see what happens. And I'll just because I like to talk about small cap stocks, I'll mention the Russell too. Still W, and now the ABCD actually completed here. A, B, C, D. So we did run up to the top of the range and immediately get rejected on that ABCD. So, now we're just pulling back. I think the same thing. Moving average is support. This tight little moving average consolidation here with the W here on the 13 and then breaking out the cross is bullish to me. So I got to stay, I don't see a breakdown yet, and it still looks like we're pushing higher, although that ABCD did complete. So I'm not surprised that it's pulling back this week. MACD divergence kind of looks like we made a new high. Yeah, so we actually didn't go into divergence with MACD. RSI still pushing higher, not overbought. And then OBV's actually got a W. So still relatively bullish is my point here with both the stock, both the small cap and big cap stocks. I don't see them breaking down yet. If anything, Bitcoin might be leading the bearishness here. Now, I've talked about this as being the key pivot high here at 25,200. Really think we need to get above that to confirm a bullish uptrend right now. I think we're still in the dead cat bounce zone. And, the 200 period moving average has been my resistance level too. And we didn't quite tag that yet. I thought we would hit it. Haven't yet. And we didn't test the absolute top of the range here either. And now we're putting in basically, this is a 3-bar fractal kind of topping signal. So if we, later today when we open up the new week, a tick below that level there actually confirms a 3-bar top, 3-bar fractal top. So that's a sell signal. And of course, there's a lot of open air right here because this big green candle is a fair value gap into this area. So when really the question with Bitcoin here now is, I mean, I think resistance is at 25.2. I think that it could likely still be tested through this dead cat bounce. I'm not throwing the towel in yet or anything, but there is a 3-bar fractal top potentially. But really, I still lean bullish. This is 78.6 of the entire range going back to the COVID bottom here. So that's our bottom of range, weekly W. Even if we want to draw a line here and just call that the bottom of the range, then, you can see we're in a ranging market here at this point until this level's taken out. And right now we're at the top of the range. So if you're a range trader, you should have been interested in shorting up here on the lower time frames. But now that we've potentially put in this top here, I still lean bullish because of these following things. One, the moving average weekly cross is now in. So I think support is down at that pink line again. And I wouldn't be surprised if we check that. Maybe have to dip lower. And then we have a lot of support down here at the W level too. So I'm still leaning towards a bounce of some sort. My indicators on the weekly, just massive MACD div, big RSI div, bullishly, and OBV very bullish looking, and volume itself just very bullish looking. We've just been cranking higher. Sure, the last few weeks have been a declining volume, but there's still big green chunky bars here. And then really the last 2 weeks is showing very small selling volume. So if anything, maybe there's not a lot of sellers up here. Just anybody that's long from the bottom, I think they've got stronger hands. So I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but I think the question for Bitcoin is how deep is the pullback? Like there's basically either a continuation trade here or a bottom of the range trade setting up. And so, if we pull back and make some sort of ABCD type thing, that's going to be sort of like 38.2s or 50% level correction down into some consolidation here before we break the range and move higher in a continuation setup. So that's like option one. And then option two would be a deeper pullback against the W down here. Either way, I'm going to hunt longs in one of those two spots. So now we just got to kind of wait and see what happens. Let this pullback resolve and see if it's going to set up a bot setup or any sort of ABCD type trade, or if we come back to the bottom of the range. So I'll just say that, but I'm not shorting. On some sort of investor level, I'm not selling here is the point. I mean, we are up into resistance, but I still think that really, we're probably still going to chop around somewhere in this area eventually. I do think downside targets are still down at, against the 88.6 in this consolidation back here. So if you are buying right here, you do need to keep in mind that you might have to take almost a 50% haircut if it comes down here. And so I do think that's a possibility. But at the same time, I'm not selling right here. I'd rather be waiting to buy down in these levels. But my next long opportunities are those two that I just described. So hopefully that makes sense. And not really even getting in the daily. I might as well look at the daily really quick because I just want to point out that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of the big cap coins that Paul's going to talk about, they all kind of have this rolling over pattern going and a lot of divergence for the bears. Like Bitcoin, we just basically, as we were grinding higher here, we put in these divergences that we talked about, the past several weeks. RSI div, MACD div all came in back here. And then OBV is actually now emming out. So definitely on the daily, the trend is starting to roll, or at least the uptrend is kind of rolled over now. Moving averages haven't quite crossed, but they're looking to. So pop up into these moving averages and then rolling over seems likely to me. And I was talking about the ABCD. If we do get that ABCD, then I would have expected price to kind of work down against the 200 period moving average to set up that ABCD. So that would be my option A again. Of course, we lose that 200 and we're probably coming all the way back down to the bottom here. So, and then after that, really, it's like you kind of have to put yourself in the perspective of asking yourself, if you're a bull, if you're bullish crypto this year, then you're kind of thinking right now that this is the low, and so you're looking to get long down in this pullback. But that's under the premise that if we lose that low, then we got to kind of reset. This W becomes like a fake out, which I see all the time. I mean, in stocks and crypto, and it's not uncommon for the first weekly W or the first daily W even to just be a fake out, and we do come down lower. So just keep that in mind. So like these are the long opportunities now, but losing that level and we could go lower. That's how I'm looking at it at least. And same with ETH. Um, I won't even the same thing with ETH. It's a little bit lower up. It's not as high up in the range. I drew this M last week, and it looks like we M'd out a little lower, but you can see the M came in on those same divergences. So big cap crypto is breaking down, but I do see a lot of bullishness in like the smaller cap altcoins. So we'll get into those later. But I think like the ones Paul's going to get into right now, you're probably going to see a lot of this kind of daily chart where it's just divergences being built. Not really full on M. Ethereum got a pretty decent M. Bitcoin's more of a 3-bar fractal type setup right now. So sorry guys, my phone was ringing on my desk. It was vibrating a lot. Sorry if you heard that. Anyhow, so yeah, that's Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I think Paul will hop on now and just we'll go through some more bigger market cap. I think we're probably down to like the 20s or 25 top market cap right now, and then like I said, I'll get into some of these ZK coins that I've pulled up and just some other altcoins that I actually really think the bull activity is, as this like Bitcoin stuff rolls over, I think there's altcoins that are setting up for longs. And so I made a list of weekly W's, and I have to say I just went through and picked out weekly W's, and it got pretty long. I don't have that up right here. I'll show you guys that in a bit, but there's a lot of names on there that actually have confirmed weekly W's, so that's a good sign. Anyhow, Paul, you want to jump on and
Yeah, if you want to give me the screen.
Yeah, let's see here.
Definitely. So we have 5 coins for today: Filecoin, Algorand, VeChain, QNT, and ICP, Internet Computer One. We'll start with Filecoin. On Filecoins, if we zoom out on weekly chart, you can see we are down in the bottom. Even nice consolidation from last year. We have more than 6 months of consolidation at these levels. I like that. Yeah. We don't have a weekly W. It's okay. We don't have one. We can form one in this area. If we'll put a nice reload zone. If you look left, you can see this level where they have it on Binance. You can see we're above that level where they start this chart. So that level is $10. Now we are at 5, half. It's okay. I like this idea. If you don't want to overthink this one, you can buy it at this level and 0.5% and wait for the other half lower. For my idea, I don't have a weekly W, but if I want to participate in this one, well, let's just zoom out. Yeah. So let's don't take this high, $400. Let's take this one. So $240, something like that. And now we are at $5. So if I'll draw a nice reload zone on daily chart, I don't want to overcomplicate it. Just a nice reload zone on this move up. Let's just put the long reload zone. You can see where what is the area where I'm hunting a nice long. So I don't be a cheap ass. I don't want to miss this one. It's a good coin from my perspective. So close to the middle, you can see this move up. I'll not be a cheap ass, and I'll try to hunt in the long reload zone. So $3.5 is my first buy. If I'll put the VPVR, you can see. Let's just zoom out. You can see the VPVR. It's above the price action. Yeah. So we are below value. I'm okay with hunting a nice long reload zone and get a nice feel in this area. If the market wants to put a weekly W from a long reload zone and then go back up, okay. If they want to push this one even lower, I'm okay with that too, because I could hunt lower and I could add the other half of the percent on the lower levels. So this is my view on Filecoin. I don't want you know me. I don't want to chase the price action in this area. from the lows from 2.5 you are have 100% increase. I don't like to buy something at this price, so I'll hunt at this level. On indicators you can see bullish divergence all the way from this move down. Really was really oversold a long period of time. So I'm okay with this kind of movement. You can see bullish divergence on MACD. I don't see anything on weekly chart on OBV, but probably if I'll go on daily chart, I could see something. Yeah, you can see on daily chart, you can see the OBV has bullish divergence. I'm okay with this thinking. Yeah, to hunt in the long reload zone. Let's just close the VPVR because it's covering my price action. In this area, I will hunt at $3.5, but you can even go with a bid just exactly at 61.8 if you don't want to miss this move up. I'll wait at this level. Let's go back on weekly chart and let's take a look at the next one, Algorand. If we zoom out, you can see within the last move up, we didn't touch the all-time highs. We are down at the bottom. If we'll put the VPVR just to see the volume, uh, we are below the POC. So we are buying value if we can establish value in, in an altcoin. At least we know the a lot of people, the lot of business was done above this price action. You can see when the price goes below, not too much volume in this area. Yeah, nobody's interested in trading this one below the I don't know 25 cents. We don't have a weekly W, not yet. So same idea on Filecoin. I'll hunt and hoping for a weekly W forming now. It's the appropriate time to hunt something like that. I'll do the same idea. I'll just take the high and I'll just take the low. Let's just put the magnet so we have the correct numbers. Yeah. And you can, if I'll zoom out a little bit, just to close this one, just to show you where I want to hunt. You can see this 3-bar fractal bottom. So I'm okay with hunting and bidding this level. Yeah, 20 cents could be a good level. It's a small difference between 25 cents and 20 cents. Sometimes I'm tempted to buy at the market price when I see the price action so close from my where I want to belong. But just to keep my plan intact and keep a good habit, I'll put a limit order at 20 cents. If the market wants to do a nice W from reload zone and go back up, okay. If the wants to go lower, you know my plan. I'll just add below the this price. So 20 cents, maybe 21. Let's just don't put it 20 cents. Let's just put it. Let's see, 20. Let's just see. If I put 21, is too high. Maybe. It's too high. No, 20 cents is good enough. I'll just wait in this area with a limit order, and maybe I'll get a fill. I'll probably get a fill because we are bidding in the long reload zone. If I'm hunting lower, then I could miss the entire move. But if I'm bidding in the long reload zone, I'll not miss this move. Let's see indicators. You can see bullish divergence on MACD. RSI is looking okay. I don't see anything bearish. OBV is not pointing up, not for the moment. Same idea. If I'll go on daily chart, I'll probably see some bullish divergence on even on OBV. Not on this one, at least not now. But you can see on daily chart. That's why I'm waiting in the long reload zone. Bearish divergence in MACD, bearish divergence in RSI. Yeah, OBV is still pointing higher, but you can see really it's overbought. So I'm reasonable to think the market will go back down in the long reload zone. Get me a feel. This is my level for Algorand. 20 cents seems reasonable. If you want slower, okay, why not? We'll get a cheaper price on overall accumulation phase. Let's take a look at the next one. So next one is VChain. Let's just zoom out first. On this one, I like the fact that it's pretty cheap, but still, I don't see a weekly W. And I have a lot of history, and I know this coin from the last bear market. So I know they could keep the market down a long time. Yeah? You can see this area. This is November 2018 until November 2020. 2 years of ranging and lower. Nobody was interested in VChain at this point. I bought my first. I bought my VChain at 4.4 cents at this level, and I ride all the move up. Some some of you can say I sold too early. I didn't catch this last move up, but because I had a nice bid at I was buying at 0.04. You can see this level. I made some money with this coin, and I intend to do the same in this bull market. You can see the POC. Yeah. So the POC is approximately at the same level where they put this W in the last bull market. No reason to think we'll not go down and retest this one. No reason at all. They have a lot of coins in the market. It's an old altcoin or shitcoin, how you want to call it. So has a lot of selling pressure when it's trying to go up. I'm thinking 1 cent. Now you can see it's at 2.4 cents. Yeah, 1.1 cent. You can see this breakout, the retest. If we'll manage to get to this level from this point, we can go up again. So my bid for this one, it's 1.1 cents. If we take a look at indicators on weekly chart, you can see nice OBV. I like this one. Nice Willy oversold a long time. Now RSI it's too high. It's going to overbought territory. If you go on a daily chart, we can see maybe some bearish divergence. Let's just put this one. Yeah. So you can see this last move up in this resistance area, we have bearish divergence on MACD, bearish divergence on RSI. I don't think we have. Yeah, we have an EM, let's say on OBV. Really was overbought. Is going off from overbought zone. So I'm okay if you want. It's just my 2 cents. If you really want to, it's a favorite project for you. You can hunt this one in the long reload zone like I did with the last two altcoins. My preference is this level. I want the market to go down and touch this level. And keep in mind, they will not pump this coin up in the next bull market. Everyone on board. They prefer to shake everyone out. And how they can do that? Just put the market price below this low. Hit all the stop losses, maybe hit my entry level, and then to pump this one up. I don't think they'll keep going up without taking the stop loss on this one. Just my 2 cents. Let's go back on weekly chart. And let's. It's definitely cheap. It's definitely for this plan. I'll hunt at this level. But if you have a different plan, let's say you have a dollar cost averaging plan, from this point on, it's a good moment to start dollar cost averaging. If it's your favorite project, if you have it on your plan, okay, it's a good level to start accumulating this one. We have our plan. It's a bit different than dollar cost averaging. It's a bit more complicated, but I hope until the top of the market this plan could be more efficient than dollar cost averaging. Let's take a look at the next one. So QNT. I don't have a lot of history on this one on Binance at least. Maybe on a different on different platform we can see more history. But let's put the volume profile. You can see it's a bit lower. Yeah, one $130. Yeah, maybe we have a W. We have a, let's say, even a weekly W, but it's too high. You can see the top. It's 400 and now it's 100. That doesn't worth the effort for me, for a little old lady guy, for this investment plan to buy it at this level or even at the POC. I need this one to go lower, load some cheap altcoin, cheap coins, and then to go up. So how I can do that? I'll just hunt at this breakout level. You can see someone said in this area, no more down, go up. Huh? And they will probably retest this level. So my level, let's take a look at indicators. Not too much history, so I cannot see anything special on indicators on this coin. So what I'll do, I'll just beat this level. Huh? Let's put it $66, $67, something like that. If the market wants to go and take my level, okay. If he wants to go lower, even better because I'll load the second half of the percent. If you will put a long reload zone from this low, this one, you can see this level will match almost perfectly. Not quite, but let's see, 88.6. So you can see 88.6 is exactly at the candle body lows where I want to hunt. You can see this could be named the first weekly W. Yeah, it's just a small 3-bar fractal pattern, but if you go on lower time frames, you can see this is the W. From this level, you want to be long. You can hunt on the candle body lows, candle body highs, sorry, but I prefer the don't be a cheap ass and just beat this level. Yeah? If I'll put the line chart, you can see the W. Yeah, this is the weekly. It's a weekly W. Even if it's formed from, I don't know, 4 or 5 bars, it's it's a weekly W, so I like that. And I want to belong from that level. So my first bid will be exactly at this level. Nothing complicated. You know me. I like to keep things simple and easy to execute. If I'll overcomplicate my plan, then I have more room to make some mistakes and don't respect the plan. So I don't want that. I want everything to be really simple and easy to execute. This is my level for the QNT. I think I have a good chance to get a feel on this one. If not, I will reassess in time and we'll get a nice feel on this one at some point. We'll get some coins. Let's take a look at the next one and the last one. This one was a really hyped in the last bull market. You can see where the top was in this one, $2,800. Yeah. So now it's at $5. I don't think we'll go back ever again to 2,800, but it's just my opinion. So let's just be more realistic and let's just zoom in a little bit and let's see what we have on. Let's just hide this level. I don't want to see that hype. Yeah, I want to see the real price action. You can see on this one, we don't have yet a weekly W, a clear one. But if you put the line chart, we have a weekly W. Let's just put the line chart, and this is a weekly W. Let's just zoom in a little bit more so you can see it even better. Yeah, this is a weekly W. Yeah. On the candlestick patterns, we have if you move to the downside, took some liquidity and then straight up. But on the line chart, and usually investors they don't look at the candlestick charts. They look at the line chart, and On the line chart, we have a weekly W. Let's put back the candles because I'm also a trader, so I'm used to candlestick. At this point, I'm okay with bidding this level on ICP, even if I really think we'll go lower. Yeah? But if I'll zoom out a little bit again, and if we look left, let's say in the next bull market, we'll just go to test this high, not the big one. I still could make some good money if I buy at $4 and I'll sell at 80. I have 20x. So I'm okay with that idea to buy it at $4. Let's put the VPVR just like an idea. Let's see what we have. Let's put out. You can see all the business and the big volume is at 59 $60. We are a lot lower than that. Let's go on. We don't have enough history. Let's go on daily chart. Maybe you can see something. Let's put all the chart we have and let's zoom out. You can see same idea. If you put all the chart, the POC is above the price action, is above the market price. I'm okay with the idea to buy it at this level. So 4.3, I could say 4.5. I know this one could go a lot lower, yeah, but still, it's a good price. It's definitely cheap, and we are using a little old lady plan. I'm not really interested in buying exactly the bottom. What I want a cheap price so I could get a nice sell half on a double, get some free coins, and start reloading again and repeating how many times I can so I get a lot of free coins. Coins I want to sell in the next bull market. I don't want to be right and to pinpoint the actual bottom. Let's put back the weekly chart. It's a bit ugly to play with this one, but I'll manage to do it. Just 1 second. Come on. So $4.5, it's my level for this one. You can go a bit lower, let's say candle body highs, 4.3, maybe even $4 if you want. With this, you can see where the this move started to pump. You can do whatever you want, but my level is 4.5. It's a I don't know. It's a complicated project. They did some shady things in the last bull market. They locked the coins for the investor for the people, and they sold their coins and put a lot of selling pressure in the market. A lot of people they lost trust in this project. But in a bull market, you know the idea if a wave will come they'll push up all the boats, something like that. English is not my natural language, so maybe I didn't express myself, but you get the idea. When the bull market will come, they'll push up every coin. Some of them, if they are shading, they have too many coins in the market and it's not a good project, they'll pump a bit less, but they'll still pump. And on this one, I only want to see a retest of this high. Yeah, I don't want to see it at 20, 2k, 2.8k, but it's a realistic idea to see it at $90. Indicators, not too many things to say. It's not old enough to see it. You can see a weekly W on OBV. That's nice. I really like that. The OBV has the same pattern like the price action. So that confirms my idea. You can see some bullish divergence in RSI. Mm, don't have enough history for MACD to give us a nice idea. If we'll put a daily chart, maybe we can get even more examples. Let's see what we have. Now you can see a bullish divergence in this move up. Now we don't have anything fresh. Actually, a bearish divergence in this top. So it's okay for us to think. You can see the bearish retest of the M, or you can say it's a head and shoulder pattern. bearish retest, and maybe we have a nice chance to get a fill at $4.5. Yeah, Richard, thank you. A rising tide lifts all boats. Yeah, thank you. I'm a Romanian guy, so English it's a second language, let's say it, and the best case. Yeah, so on this one, I'm okay with buying at $4.5. I saw a lot of hype, even I don't know yesterday, I guess, with ZK coins, and I managed to people from the Discord. They managed to get people who are live at that point, and they see the ping and the tag. I was hunting on Zen on spot, and I managed to get 10.6 the price, and we are still going up. You can see it. This is a perpetual, but on spot. Let's see USDT. I was long from this 10.6. Some people managed to get a nice feel on the to buy it at this level, and they just pump it really nice to almost $50. I sold all half of my bag, and I have a 50% still on the books, and I'll keep this one. But I know Kevin did some research and made a nice list with this concept and this last hype, and I'll let Kevin to tell you about these coins. And at the end, we'll do the giveaway, and maybe we'll take some requests from you guys if we still have time. So, Kevin, you
Yes.
are still, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still
You can
here.
take the screen. And, yeah. So,
Yeah, let
take
me
the screen
close
if you
your,
want.
Alrighty, so yeah, it's funny. Zen's an old coin that I like a lot. So I'm down to buy. I'd like to be a buyer of Zen, regardless of all this ZK stuff. But it's kind of funny how I guess I'll just start with Zen actually, because it has a nice looking chart for a weekly level. But it's funny how these narratives go, because I mean Zen is an old privacy coin. It was a fork of Zcash, and then it was Zen Cash for a while, and then it became Horizon. And somewhere along the line, they were like early in the whole ZK Snarks thing. But I mean, I don't know how that plays in. It's funny how like all of a sudden the last few days I just start seeing everybody talking about ZK and all this shit, and like sure enough the ZK coins are pumping, and then of course this one started pumping because it's somehow involved, even though it's not really. I don't know if they're ever going to interact with Ethereum or anything, but it fits into the narrative. And so it's funny how like crypto has a tendency to just sort of bounce from narrative to narrative, and sounds like ZK is the next one. So I think it's worth our interest to just see if we can, capture any of that move. Maybe we can bang out some doubles on these coins, just like the AI coins most recently. And maybe there's some legs to this whole ZK narrative for the short while. And it's kind of like still sticking to the same plan for the next year. I do think we're going to chop around a bit back and forth in this bottoming phase, and so I think there's going to be a lot of doubles to be had. But in general, if a coin's already run, I think there's a pretty good chance you might still get a fill down the road. And I think we're setting a nice base. So like all those names Paul just went through, I'm seeing on the daily chart, I'm seeing bearish divergences and up at the top of the range right now, which is what I want to see, because I want to buy the retests of those rallies. This first dead cat bounce is sort of like now that this dead cat bounce came in, I think we've put in a pretty solid base. We might make new lows, but we also might not. And so this is where I would want to start my little old lady kind of thing right now, as we've gotten this sort of first kind of decent dead cat bounce and everything. I'm assuming most of this stuff's going to come back down. We're going to get chances to buy it, and then things like the ZK narrative might increase our probability if we're trading the coins that are in the right narrative. So like if AI would obviously been a good narrative to be trading like in the beginning of the year. Maybe the ZK sort of narrative is the next one. Maybe there's NFTs down the road or DeFi. I remember like when DeFi hit, like in the last bull run, it was just sort of like all of a sudden it was DeFi, and then that was the shit that was running. And that'll happen again. So I made I'm not saying these are all the names, but these are just the ones in my second list here on my screen. These are names that I know have some sort of tie to ZK, at least in their descriptions of what their coins are about or whatever. And I'm not going to get into like whether I think this technology is better than that technology or this one's better than that. That's not the point of this as a trader. I just want to know that volatility might be entering into this sector. And so I'm willing to take some bets in this sector, even if I don't fully understand the technology. That's okay with me personally. I'm not saying everybody has to be that way, but I'm not going to try to figure out which is the best technology here. I'm just gonna go with what I see on the charts basically, and know that it's inside the narrative. And like Zen, I already know I want to be long Zen. I already am long Zen, and I've liked this coin going all the way back to 2017 when they first airdropped. I think it was an airdrop from Zcash, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I kind of like this project for other reasons too, so I'm happy to take a stab here. And really on a weekly chart, I just see a killer head and shoulders here. It's a little late today, but I mean, there's a really nice weekly head and shoulders coming in, and it's now confirmed, so that's really a good sign. And then I also see a little cheeky weekly W, which I think people were getting in long off of there. That's like 960, that little weekly W. But anyway, this chart has a lot of room to run. I won't get any more into it because Paul was just talking about it, but you can easily see buys in the $10 area as this bottom comes in. A double's only starting to bang out doubles up in this area, attest to this high. So definitely a coin I'm interested in as a buyer, and I'm also already long. So I think if you really want to buy it today, it's kind of tricky here because it's a little late. You could see this awesome test 4 days ago. This is that Wyckoff check that this is kind of what I'm looking to do in basically all altcoins as they, as the tops roll in. This was a sort of shorter term daily one that they gave everybody just a few days ago. And you can see even like back here and here, they were testing that W level. So I like that base. Kind of hard to buy it right here, but if you are a long-term investor, I can't really fault you for just being like, I'm going to, hopefully you were getting in here, but even if you bought it here and we're just like, I'm looking for prices way higher years down the road, I think you'll probably get it. Anyhow, that's one that's taken off in the ZK. So CIS is another old one that, first of all, a few of these are way too late to buy, but I'm just going to point them out anyway. But there are a couple that are maybe actionable still. So I'll just try to go through them quick. But CIS is very V bottom looking, so I don't really like that V bottom, but of course it blasted off hard. Really just got to draw reload zones here on this one and just wait. There's nothing here to be a buyer, even though they might push it a lot higher. Now, there's a lot more history in the past on something else. Let's look at it maybe like, even on Bittrex, they'll go way back. So you can kind of see, good location off the bottom here. And this is another coin that's been around for a while. I totally want to own this thing and have been trading it. So I already own some, and I want to buy into it this cycle again too. But I don't want to buy right here. You can see we're breaking through the 200 period moving average, so a good sign. They might rip this thing. We'll have to see, but any kind of pullbacks, and I'd be interested in buying this. But it really just came down against the old W breakout levels over here, and we're all the way down at 88.6, and really we're still below 78.6 here. So again, as like a little old lady, I mean, I don't think you should chase it right here, but I wouldn't fault somebody that did actually, because the double level even off of here is still only up into the, up into the 40 cents. So I do see potential doubles here. I think for lower time frame traders and stuff, this is the kind of name where I might drill down and see if there's bots I can take or some sort of setup I can get into over the next little while to see if this whole ZK narrative keeps continuing. LRC also the same, so I'm not going to really say much about it. It's just same chart as CIS, but another uppy one that might produce some trades. IMX same. This one has a nicer W, but too late to buy here. But really nice weekly W down here. I don't think we might have made a new low there actually. 375. 376. So technically we just ticked through that low. So not technically a candlestick weekly W, but still the bottom's there. Just got away. This one's like too far gone. So probably should, keep it in your mind for a pullback, but nothing to do here. Hez is like, this one's like more of a DeFi only thing, I think. Hermes, this is a, is it? I can't remember which layer one is. I all of a sudden forgot. It might be no, it's not Cosmos, but it's one of the. It's a ZK thing for one of the layer ones. Like I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. Maybe it's AVAX or something, but maybe somebody can correct me on that. But either way, super up. He looks like it's ABCD, and so maybe a little late here too. And then Mute was another big one that like really has popped out. This one seems to be leading this whole pump. Interested down the road, but I'm not going to buy it here. Zen we already talked about, which is actually buyable in my opinion, especially on some sort of pullback. This Fyro was actually, this is funny because this was XZC, and it was another privacy coin that changed into Fyro last year, I think, or a couple years ago. And they are pumping it. It's like today they've kind of taken it. So it's like, you know, I don't know about buying it right here, but again, on pullback, especially for traders, I could see trying to sneak into this one. But either way, it's a nice weekly W. You can see the W is in on this one. So this is one that I think going forward, I would like to draw my reload zones and see if I can buy a pullback here. But I do like the weekly W on this one. So this one's still potentially actionable. Still, it hasn't gone too far. I could see getting a pullback, over the next week or so to get into this one. But again, they might just run these. We'll see. We might be a little late already. That's the thing, is we got to kind of, as a group, we have to figure out a way to catch these narratives early, because obviously, like if we were talking about this a month ago, we'd be in a much better position to take advantage of them now. Sell is another one, just kind of V-bottom, too far running. This is one that I actually accidentally found myself in because it's a ZK name. I almost banged a double out today on this one, but I had just bought this on KuCoin. I liked this tight consolidation right here. And then the OBV and stuff was just pointing in my direction. So I had went and bought this, let's see, on the 6th. And turns out they have some ZK narrative, and so it's pumping. And I missed my double today so far, but I think I'll probably still... it's in kind of a weird location because I need to take out this high a little bit to get it. But I still have these wicks back here. So we'll see if maybe by the end of the day or overnight, they can shoot that up and give me my fill here. But that one I just kind of ended up in, and it turns out it's part of this whole group. So that's cool. And then Dusk, too far. I mean, I wish I could say we could buy these, but this one's kind of too far already. And then CeeLo is the last one that I have. And I know there's more, like maybe some people have other ones that they know about. These are just ones that I went and found yesterday. I just kind of started looking around for stuff that has anything to do with ZK, and really just even looking at CoinMarketCap and in the descriptions, they'll usually say either zero knowledge or ZK. And then there's also the sort of roll-ups, like the ZK roll-ups is kind of what I think this is based around, but there's also like optimistic roll-ups or whatever, which is a whole other, it's like similar, but it's maybe not quite it's not part of this same story. I think maybe like Optimism, I think, is one of the leaders in that. And they are already kind of pumped too. So maybe these optimistic roll-up companies also. Oh yeah, Mina is one, Paul. That's right. I thought I had Mina on my list, but I guess I don't. Anyway, so there might be other, like if you go to CoinMarketCap and just look, you can filter by roll-ups. You might look through all those. Let's see, how do I add a symbol up there? Oh, let me just go to Mina. I'll add it later. But Mina is another one. So I guess on Binance. Yeah, it sucks. Like a few days ago, we're kind of the last dips. Now these are in sort of uptrends now and hard to buy. You can even see the bearish divergence is starting to come in here on the daily chart. So, but the OBVs, man, look at the volume coming in on these. This is like, I mean, that's exactly what I want to see. I just unfortunately want to see it down here at the W. You want to see OBV pointing in your direction, especially like on a weekly chart. Like for these altcoins. Yeah, this is a great example, actually. I don't need MACD and RSI on here for my weekly charts, to be honest. I really am just interested in is there any sort of OBV divergence, or is OBV at least just pointing, like shooting up hard? And you can see here, there's actually OBV divergence coming in. So as we made this low came in, and then we started making lower lows through here, and you can see OBV didn't. And so even right there on the close of that week, right before the pump, you could have looked at this and said, well, at least I have potential OBV divergence here and a nice W base back here to work with. So we haven't lost that low. And then sure enough, the volume just ramped in and it just launch. So it's pretty much what I'm looking for on all these altcoins is really OBV. Like even Bitcoin is a great example of that. Just you can, the OBV divergence is we're coming through here. Nice tell. And actually Zen, if I remember correctly, I think I saw a killer one on Zen. Let's see. Yeah, see, like Zen is a perfect one too. You can see we were making lower lows through this whole time, but OBV, we put in the W base right here, and then we just kept cranking to new highs as price was making lower lows, and then sure enough, like even right on this week, so on the weekly W breakout week, we closed above that OBV level, making a nice OBV divergence. So that was really the signal to buy, and of course we even got a dip to probably buy like a mountain man or something pullback. So that's kind of the key here for me, OBV divergence on a weekly chart. So if you see any of those, feel free to let me know about them. But anyhow, so these are the names I'm going to be watching over the next week for even some like swing trade ideas and stuff. And then I think like AI was the last one. So you can still see AI's pumping though. I mean, I have a few names in here that are AI names that I know about. Of course, FET's been sort of the leader here. Of course, they started to roll over, so it was like maybe these are rolling over a little bit to set up the next buy level. I don't particularly think the AR narrative's over. It's only been like a month or two of a pump. Like if this thing has legs, then I think that then they can go again after pulling back to some sort of consolidation, whether that's a ABCD trend continuation or if it comes all the way back down to the bottom. But I mean, I think now that I've seen this pump, if I'm not in these names, then I just got to draw my reload zones. And I think I'm pretty likely to get a chance to buy these again for the next leg. Now, of course, we start making new lows, then the whole market's probably going in the shitter again, and we're going to have to see Bitcoin go to new lows too or something like that, just to sort of, further in this basing process. Because like here, for example, it's just a V bottom here anyway, no real W there. So but it looks like AI kind of, Agix was another huge one. You can see it's kind of, I don't know if I would say it's rolling over per se, but you can see it obviously like blew off pretty hard and pulled back. So same thing here, maybe they move to these ZK names for a little while. This pulls back and sets up another long, but I don't think AI is over. So I got, I have this is just some of them. I don't even think they're all of them. These are just ones I thought of off the top of my head. This track was one I talked about last week, and I ended up missing it, unfortunately, because I was a little bit stingy on my bids. But I think I still, you still got to, this is AI related. I think last week, I think in this show, or maybe it was just, let's see, that was on Sunday. Yeah, so I drew this reload zone on Sunday, and I worked these bids down here and never got anywhere near close enough of a pullback because it was already just basically in too strong of an uptrend there. But it doubled for people that were in here buying. And this one, look at the OBV on this one. Same thing. I mean, this is a daily chart, but this is the low in OBV, which is all the way up at this low. So as we've been making new lows, this whole sort of bear market process through here, OBV was always grinding higher. And so like if we look at that on a weekly, you probably see the same. Yeah, this is why I got interested in this coin. I think I didn't even know it was AI, but huge OBV divergence, which is actually just confirming today. So, on this weekly close, we might confirm the W here. And then, yeah, pullbacks are definitely buying opportunities. It's just hard because it ran so far. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. I think like maybe you guys can help me too. We can figure out, we have AI, there's like ZK, I think NFTs is a sector that's still got a lot of potential. Of course, there's like, what would be some other ones like game? I wouldn't be surprised to see gaming kind of come in big during this next year. Just any sort of GameFi related coins. Seems like layer 2 in general, anything that interacts with Ethereum will constantly be popping off, I'm sure. So like, staying ahead of the curve on these would be ideal. I've never particularly been that good at snuffing these things out before they happen. But I'd like to improve at that. So I kind of want to step my FA up a bit and make sure I'm, I've mostly just exchange traded. I've waited till these coins have hit the exchange and then I little Alladium, which is great. And I'm going to continue to do that, but I wouldn't mind trying to, maybe start trying to hunt out some of the things that are really early, and so they're probably going to be on chain and not on exchanges even. Like I did see a couple, like some AI ones I saw for an example was like this Kai. Too late to do anything here, but geez, man, this thing just, I mean, it started on January 10th. This was the first day it traded, I think. So not that long ago, a month ago, and it's up like, I mean, it's up. It's up. I mean, it topped out at like whatever that is. I don't even know if that number. I mean, that's like 100 bagger probably or something. I don't know. Um, so anyway, I'm not saying I don't know how hard it is to catch that move and buy right there. You got to probably have your ear to the ground hard. But I am interested in stuff like this. So I want to, maybe even with this ZK stuff, there might be names. I think I only had like one. This Hez was the only real DeFi one that I have on here right now, but there's probably others. So maybe go out and hunt those and let us know in Discord if you see anything, and let's see what happens with the ZK thing. Maybe it just fizzles out. We don't know. A lot of it kind of depends on, I'm sure, on what Bitcoin does here going forward, and maybe Bitcoin can kind of calmly pull itself back, and that sets up some more legs for these altcoins. Because really, I see most of the action to me is in like the lower cap coins. I mean, I made this weekly W list and most of them are shit coins, and I have that's a long list. These are all. I was a little bit liberal on some of them. They aren't necessarily 100% confirmed weekly W's, but they are. There is at least some sort of Wing pattern in all these. So that's probably 100 or so coins that all have weekly W's. AKT is one that I actually banged a double out on this week, actually. So I did have a couple wins, just two, I think. I had AKT, banged a double out here, and it could easily go higher. And now this one has the weekly W in, so you can see the weekly W. So any sort of pullbacks to reload zones are buying opportunities for me. And then the other double I had was on High Punks, which was actually my second double. So I did have two wins, which is cool. This one came up and hit my second double. That was it. And then what did I buy? I didn't really buy too much. I didn't make too many buys this week. I'd have to go look, but I don't think I've made any buys really. So we did get filled on a couple. We got filled on a couple of our weekly review trades, which I just want to remind everybody that that room in our Discord, the weekly crypto review is what it's called, I believe. So a lot of people still ask me about where the spreadsheet is and stuff. That's where it is. So all of these activities that we're talking about with Paul on this show will end up in the spreadsheet that's on the weekly crypto review channel. And so just check that, and that's open to everybody if you're part of our Discord, and there's a link in the bottom of this video, for that. So if you haven't joined, join, and then that spreadsheet is in that room, weekly crypto review. And it looks like Miku had a couple names. Yeah, there is like Matic. I didn't add Matic, but of course Matic is heavily involved in layer 2 Ethereum stuff and the ZK thing. And then there's a couple other ones that I didn't have. He's got XFT. We'll just look at him really quick. So yeah, this is like DeFi, it looks like. So I guess I'll look at it against Tether. So here's one that's just making new lows. Hard to step in there when it's just week to week been going down. Hopefully I'm looking at the right thing. I don't know if I'm not, but strong downtrend here. So be worth keeping an eye on. But I'd like to see some sort of bullish structure here to make me think this is going to turn around. ZKS, that's one that I saw actually, and I was having a hard time deciding. Yeah, well, I can't trade this anywhere except Uniswap, and then it looked like that wasn't the right one. That one ZK Sync is something different, I think, but I did see it here trading on Poloniex, and yeah, this one looks like it has potential. Even yesterday when I was looking at it, I think it was even down here. So yeah, this is another one, ZKS. That's on Poloniex. I think I looked, that one's not the same. I don't know what that is. I guess on Gate. I'm not on Gate either. Wow, that popped off hard on Gate. Yeah, so if you're on Gate.io, this might be the best place to trade this one. But yeah, you can see W and off the bottom. But yeah, I can't buy it there. But yeah, that's another one um, to maybe watch. And then ZKP on Bittrex against Tether. Wow, that's a nice pump though off this. Yeah, that's like a 3Xer off the bottom. So yeah, there's another one, ZKP Panther Protocol. That's only on Bittrex, which is kind of funny. You don't see that too often these days. And then ZZ is the last one he's got. Zigzag. Guess maybe that looks like something else. MEXC. I don't even know what MEXC is. I keep seeing that name popping up, but yeah, again, pumping for sure. V bottom, nothing to do just yet, but there's another one. So there's a few more. I'm going to add those to my list. Actually, I'm going to copy those right now. But yeah, I'm going to this week. So I think I'm going to keep working on this week because I really want to get back into this list and I want to break these coins down by sectors and start trying to identify the leaders in let's see, where was my list? Oh, it's down here. Yeah, so I have, like I said, I had ZK here and AI here and NFT and DeFi and of course like meme coins, all that stuff. I'm already working on a spreadsheet where I would just kind of dividing all these up and start trying to identify which coins I want to invest in, and then also just kind of hopefully we can catch these runs as they happen. Like hopefully this ZK, maybe something happens here where we can bang out a trade, and then maybe we can get sort of an idea of what the next sort of story is going to be. Because throughout the year, I do think they'll probably pump a few different ones as the market kind of bases. So any doubles we can bang out early just gives us some more ammo to trade more. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my thinking on what I'm doing. I think this week I'm going to watch these and just keep going through my list of weekly W's as well and seeing if I did work some bids actually this week. Now that I think about it, I have I guess that's on a different list. If you guys want me to show you that, I can. Otherwise, there's not really any questions in the chat. I do have a couple bids working. I have like this Boston or whatever, however you say it. This one I put in, I missed that track, but this one didn't pop off yet. But I could see maybe getting in a mountain, man. I got 3 bids working on this thing, and maybe it dips down and fills me and then bounces. Otherwise, I'll just expect this thing to slowly fill me on all of these. But the logic behind this one is weekly W. And strong OBV, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, so this one, you could see the divergence started here, that we made that low there that put the bottom in OBV. And you can see OBV's just been cranking higher, and we ultimately made a new low here and then W'd out. Now we have a weekly W with strong OBV, so I'm into it. The moving averages haven't crossed yet, but and that was something a person asked me this week, actually, like, is it better to wait for the moving average cross or front run it? And so of course this is like Brian's 1330 cross, 13 EMA 30 SMA rational investor, so TRI cross, and you can see here we haven't crossed yet. The pink needs to get over the blue line for that cross to happen. And somebody asked me if it's better. I think it was something similar to this where I was buying a weekly W, but the cross hasn't happened, and they asked me if it was better to wait for that, and I that's a hard thing to answer. Basically, the cross basically means that we're starting, a potential uptrend. So we're moving into an uptrend phase here. So like Bitcoin is actually crossing right now, or already crossed, sorry. And so we can kind of start thinking, okay, well, Bitcoin is at least attempting to start an uptrend. Whereas like this one, we haven't crossed yet. So, we don't know if this pink line is just going to roll over and we're just going to head to new lows. So yeah, in theory, like waiting for the cross is going to give you a lot more probability that you're at least entering into a time where there's going to be an uptrend. So it probably increases your probability, but the main issue is sometimes it's hard to catch those trades because by the time this actually does cross, price might be way up here. And then it's like we might not ever get a dip that you want. So you kind of have to find, you sort of have to find what works for you. Like we kind of, the person I was answering this question for had asked about, basically it's more aggressive to buy before, obviously, and it's more conservative to wait. You got to kind of find your balance in there. For me, I'm more into the weekly W, and the OBV is fine with me. So like now that I have those two things in, I'm happy to start nibbling onto my little old lady strategy. I don't need that cross. That cross will more just be like confirmation for me and a good sign. Now, if in the case of Bitcoin, whereas like the cross already happened, then I'm looking at it as support, so that's my next buying opportunity really with Bitcoin would be against the check of the cross. Now that we have this cross, now of course this cross might do something weird. It might, ultimately like kind of go sideways for a bit before it really gets going while these moving averages just tighten up. So it doesn't necessarily mean we're going full bull, but it is a good sign. And it is like, it looks like here we're probably going to come back and check it and bounce. So, I don't know if that's helpful, but it's like I think you could make plenty of money just buying the crosses. It's just a little bit riskier, I should say. Like in this one, I mean, I think you could probably just wait for the cross and then buy. You're probably just going to get a shittier entry, but really, it's probably a pretty safe way to trade at the end of the day. Which would keep you out of this trade for now, whereas I'm willing to jump in. So I don't know if that was just a rant worth listening to or not, but that was what I was thinking. So anyway, that was one bid I had. And then track, I guess I don't have, I thought I had some more bids. I think I'm a little behind on my logging, actually. Shame on me, because I did work a couple bids on some stuff. I think I worked bids on... Well, I think BCH, because I'm trying to keep up with the Paul's with this Road to Financial Freedom plan too. So I do have bids working on things like Bitcoin Cash, which I think we already got filled on for our plan. But I'm trying to buy the weekly W here, so I think my bid was either in at that level, or maybe it's even in at this level there. But either way, around $117. I'm trying to buy that. XLM also I was trying to buy because that was part of our Road to Financial. I'm trying to buy I'm going to buy the same stuff that we're also putting into that plan. So I'm working bids on XLM, and I can't remember the others. There might be some others, but I like I said, I think I got a little bit behind on logging what I was bidding on. So
we already have a fill, Kevin, on Bitcoin Cash and Xlumen.
Yeah, our plan does. Yeah, the XLumen and Bitcoin Cash are the two fills, right?
Yep.
So, and again, that spreadsheet's there.
On that plan.
Yep. Yeah, and that spreadsheet, me personally, I don't think I got my fills yet. But I might be being a little bit more of a cheap ass.
I don't know. It's cheap enough for this plan.
Yeah, totally. I mean, anytime you get below... I mean, I will say now that if I'm going to, drink my Kool-Aid or whatever, you can see OBV making an M here. I don't love that. Like, I would much prefer to see this OBV looking stronger and in divergence. That is a good point about this. Like Bitcoin Cash, let's see. Like if you're trying to time these markets, now, of course, a little old lady's not necessarily trying to time the market exactly. They're just trying to come in at the bottom of the range with small nibbles. And so everybody has to find out for themselves what kind of trader they are. Like if you're a person with a full-time job, then you might, your plan might look more similar to just like, I'm going to buy at 78.6 and below, and I'm just going to, break my bids into two bids like our plan and just go in and buy 78.6 and 88.6 or something like that. That'd be like totally reasonable, totally profitable, especially when the bull hits. You'll find good success doing that. If you want to time it a little bit more, or maybe you're looking at OBV to just give you a little bit more confidence. Like even with Bitcoin Cash, I like that OBV a lot more than the XLM because I think we're actually in divergence. Yeah, because of this little FU dip down to here, that put OBV into divergence. So
yeah, Xlumen see it on daily chart, the OBV.
Yeah, at least it's, yeah. Yeah, so at least we're, on the daily, it is pointing up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it won't turn around. I just think if the ones that have weekly divergences might pop off a
Yeah,
little sooner than the ones that don't. That's kind of what I'm looking at least. That's how I'm approaching it. But um, and I think that's a uh, pretty good way to
yeah,
go.
yeah. It's good enough. Little old lady, it's a little old lady. This plan made with little old lady and house levels, and keeping in mind we want to sell at the top of the market. I don't know, 80 to 90% of the bags. It's good enough to buy at this level. Doesn't matter if you buy it, I don't know, at 10 cents or you buy it at 4 cents. Yeah, it's good enough to. It's good to have a good level so you can get a easy double. But really doesn't matter if it's 20% below the your limit, your current price action. When you see 100% increase in one pump, don't go and chase it. But if it's 10, 20% above the level you wanted, you can make an exception. I
Yeah,
don't usually do that, but because I'm every fucking moment in the in the charts, so
yeah,
I have time to watch the market.
yeah. And I
What do
mean,
you say, Kevin?
clearly location's
We
awesome here. It doesn't really matter if you buy up here or if you buy down here.
uh,
Just assume that price is probably going to do something around in here. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going
when
to be
we buy
something
only
like that.
0.5%, we still have half of the percent to buy it if you want lower.
Yeah.
So we'll still take profit, take advantage from that dump. What do
Yeah.
you say, Kevin? We'll do the let's do the giveaway. No?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, sure. All this Em was saying,
Yeah.
say we lose these lows, then maybe it looks more like this. Is all. So there is the possibility that we're gonna have to take some heat on this. So everybody keep that in mind. But I
Yeah,
imagine
we can
like
take
the
some.
bottom's gonna come in somewhere down here, and we're all the way down here already. It's not like we're up here talking about this. So good time to be
Yeah.
buying. Okay, well let's see. Let me get back on your screen then, and you can do the giveaway. So
Yeah.
that
Give me the screen so I could do the giveaway. And I have the screen.
yep.
Oh, okay. So first of all, this is the spreadsheet. You can find it on our Discord community. You don't have to pay anything. You just go and search. It's a separate channel, weekly crypto review. You just go there and you just open this file. If you want to make your own copy, you just go on file. You just make a copy and you have your own copy. If you want to follow this one, just open it and you see exactly every chart we talked about. Well, I will update this one in I don't know this night. You have the limit orders, you see if we got a fill or not. It's free. You have the strategy plan, what we are thinking, how we're approaching this investment part. You have statistics, everything. It's on that channel. A lot of I noticed even on the comments on the YouTube video where I could find this one. It's exactly on on Discord on the free part. The rest of the Discord is for people who they have time and they want to learn faster, to day trade, to go deeper on the. For investors, you have this plan. It's free, so you can play with this one. You can make your own copy. You can follow this one. For next week, I pinned the next tweet. You should retweet. So if you guys want to win a 1 month on the premium part of the Discord group, you can retweet the pinned tweet and you have a chance. Now, I already loaded the last week tweet. You can see it, this one, episode 5. And we have 15 retweets, 13, I don't know, available, eligible. So let's just pick a winner. Okay, one winner. Let's see who wins the this week. Okay, so Olaf. I don't know. Olaf didn't win last week. Who was? No, last week was a different guy. So finally, Olaf has a premium 1 month premium membership. I think Olaf is already a premium member. Olaf, if you are in this stream, just post a comment and tell us if you are already a premium member. If you are a premium member, you can take the 1 month premium membership, or you will take 1 hour one-to-one with Kevin if you want. It's your choice. So for the next week, let's just put this one. I wanted to have it with
Cool.
Olaf. Yeah, and for the next week, just retweet this one. This the pin tweet. Yeah, go on the pin tweet in here, and you have this one. Just go and retweet, and you have a chance to win. If you already are a premium member, you have a choice to take 1 month premium membership, or if you want a one-to-one with Kevin, me, or Stefan. It's up to you. Request maybe, Kevin. What do you say?
Sure, we can take a couple of requests. I did notice that YouTube's lagging pretty good right now, so there might be a little bit of delay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But if anybody wants to look at something really quick, we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. We could also call it. But if
Let's see
anybody,
if people they have some altcoins they want us to take a look. Why not?
yeah, it's funny. It's like YouTube's a little bit behind right now, kind of longer than
Uh,
usual.
yeah, it's a bit behind. Let's see.
LTC, so maybe not so bad. Yeah, well, LTC's been strong for sure.
iCoin. You want to take the screen and take a look, Kevin,
Yeah,
or you
sure.
want me to take a look?
I can just, I suppose I'll look at it. I mean, there's not tons to say about Litecoin. Um, well, actually, funny, it's coming up into 200, and so that's interesting because Bitcoin hasn't quite hit the weekly 200 here. Litecoin's obviously gotten rejected off of it 2 days now, so maybe, I mean, this is one that's in the weekly W list. Litecoin was one of the first weekly Ws actually that I saw this cycle. I think EOS and like XRP and EOS were
XRP.
two other early ones, but Litecoin was the first, and it's pumping. I think mostly due to its halving event, but the fact that it came up and hit here just kind of puts it on pause for me. I mean, weekly bearish divergence on MACD is forming. RSI hasn't gotten overbought yet, so could still be a little bit more uppy, and then OBV still pointing up. So no top yet, except for this resistance we came up into, and of course that's also just this kind of M Wyckoff check of this last M too. So I think I'm happy to buy it. I just would draw my reload zones here, and honestly, I'd like to buy the W breakout level, which is probably in a reload zone from this point on. So. Yeah, it looks like Mountain Man's the W level, so I think that's the level to buy. Anything else is kind of chasing it here, and we just gotta let this resolve. But I would expect same conversation with Bitcoin. Either we're gonna bot back up, so we're either gonna pull back to like 38.2s or 58 or 50% level, and we're gonna set up a continuation higher, which will break the 200 and basically start pushing us into a bull market. Either that happens or we have to come back down and somewhere base here, and that would be my real opportunity to long, in my opinion. And then if we lose this level, then you got to just look left, and you can see, if we do start losing lows here on crypto, that means we're probably going to have to base out somewhere lower. So that's kind of the risk we're taking right now by being interested in these levels. So any sort of bot trend, that's going to need to have a stop. Any kind of trend continuation, in my opinion, would probably be a stop type trade. And then, you could start a little ladying down in the reload zone. So that's kind of how I see Litecoin. Like USDT, is that a coin? Like USDT.
Probably it is.
Only
I
one.
just want to say thank you to Disco Dancer. I saw he is retweeting on Twitter. He was the one who bring my attention to Zen, and I managed to get that nice scalping long.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. I don't know what this is like, but it looks like a lot of the other Qcoin names I've been kind of interested in lately. Has a weekly W. It's pretty ugly, but it's there. Nice consolidation, and really you can kind of see the W on a line chart come in way down here. So that would have been a great time to be a buyer, like whatever that is, 46 or something. Of course, now we're not quite double. It doesn't look like it's quite doubled off that level yet. But let's see here. I mean, it's the same kind of story. I mean, if you know what this is and you like this name, then sure, you know, you're buying at the bottom here at least. But we might have to roll over and make new lows, so you just got to keep that in mind. It's kind of hard to pick a W breakout because I don't like this wick. I'd probably be likely to use like that level actually as a reasonable, just kind of the W, not including the wick. Kind of looks like a good breakout level here. So yeah, it bids at like 57 around there. Seems to make sense to me. Probably not taking tons of risk to the downside there. Let's see here. About 40%. So like, you know, you're taking about 44% risk here to buy that level, but a double is just going to be a small pop here. So nothing to just like make me pile into it right here, but I do like buying that W level, and then I'll just look at OBV really quick. At least, oh yeah, nice volume coming at least. So you can see at least people are stepping up and buying here the last couple months. OBV is not technically in divergence here, but we did at least kind of W out here, and we're cranking higher. So the W is in at least. I like that. So yeah, I don't mind it. I just I'd probably wait for some sort of dip into that level or below. GMX. I know GMX is pretty far gone, I think, right? Let's see here. That's not maybe I can look at it somewhere else with more. I guess it doesn't have a lot more. There's a little bit more, but either way, this is things making new highs basically. Can't touch it here. Probably if we looked at it on like something that had more history, you'd really see how far it's really come, because I think it's way up. Yeah, I mean, it's not that old, so I don't know how old it is exactly, but this is going back to like October, so I think it's a little older than that, but yeah, I don't know. I can't touch it up here. I'm looking for stuff like those other charts where we're basing out on the bottom. So wouldn't touch GMX here personally.
Let's just take the last two, metal and sushi, and we are close enough to 1 hour and a half.
Yeah,
I
cool.
think
So MLT, not metal, but MLT. I'll look at it on Gate.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that breakout. Damn. I mean, that's a nice big ass weekly W. So yeah, it might keep cranking. I don't really love the idea of just going and buying this breakout because there's so much risk to the downside. I mean, that's like quite a bit more, 83%. So it's already almost doubled off the lows. I don't know. I don't like the idea of just buying here, but at the same time, I could see this thing launch, and I wonder what it is. Media license token. Nice chart though. I mean, it seems new. So yeah, let this W finish and then buy your reload zones. Seems like a good approach to me. Nice W and OBV here. Nice big wide W. So I like it. I just don't really want to buy the breakout right here. And then last would be sushi, which sushi I like. I just, you know, like I was just saying a minute ago, this was one of the first weekly W's I saw. And I bought it actually. So then I took some heat, and I'm basically just sitting a little underwater where I'm at right now. But, you know, I saw this weekly W come in whenever that was. That was October 20th, you know. So, yeah, in October, I saw that break out, and then I just bought the dip. So this is kind of like all the stuff that I'm saying that I'm going to do going forward is all I really did here. You know, draw my fibs. And I think in this case, I hit 61.8 and 78.6 and 88.6, but I'm still averaged in up a little higher because most of my bids were up here, so I'm okay with that. But you can see that dip to 80. It didn't quite. Maybe I didn't get filled on 88.6. almost hit it, but that's what I'm looking to do on all these. You know, the weekly W came in, I drew my reload zone in here. When it was up here, people were probably like, oh, it's not coming down or whatever. And then sure enough, the next week it just filled. And then of course we had to go even into more heat. But this thing has never lost the weekly W level. So I'm still totally, I think this weekly W is still valid to me because we did break the right side low, but we didn't break the left side low. So it's still just cranking. OBV's cranking higher, still making a new high last week. So I like sushi. It's you know, basically now if you want to be a buyer, I do like it anywhere in this area. But I suppose if you want to be a sniper, you'd be drawing like fibs off of here and just kind of looking to hit the reload zone or below. So I don't know. Looks good to me though. All right. Well, I think that's it. So yeah, we are at a 125, an hour 25 now. Went through a lot of names.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys heard something that's of value. I'm just going to keep at it, looking for weekly W's, drawing reload zones and buying those. This is my approach for the most part. And that's about it. I think it's a good place we're at right now, just because I think the base is being set. So I think we're in a good position to start with this sort of wait for the pullback, kind of buy the dip idea. So I don't know, Paul, do you have anything else you want to share?
Just keep it simple. For most of the people, I know everyone wants to be a trader, but to be a day trader means a lot more. More plans, more strict risk management. It's a bit more difficult. But for an investor to just buy, we have a nice location to buy at these levels. Have some patience to sell in the bull market, and you can make some nice money. So stick with an investment part, most of you. If you have a daily job, you don't have time to learn, or you don't want to learn trading, you can make a lot of money with just investing in altcoins. And I know Kevin is watching some crypto stocks. Maybe in time when he'll have time, maybe we'll post I don't know, a video, or we'll talk about in this live stream, maybe in future, with about some crypto stocks.
Yeah,
They could be a nice.
I'm gonna try to make a
Okay.
video about crypto stocks soon, and then also I'll be posting my room too about those. If you are on the premium group, then I do have a room now, so I'll be posting all those in there.
Crypto stocks could be a really nice way to participate in this bull market without touching any altcoins. Actually, you just buy the stock
Yeah,
and just do the same idea like we do with this plan. Sell half on a double, accumulate a lot more stocks, and then sell in the top of the market. You can participate in this next bull market in that way if you don't want to, I don't know, to use Binance, to use a ledger, to you don't want to touch altcoins. So you can still participate in the next bull market. If you want to come on the Discord part, just please read the rules and the disclaimer. Most of the things we have for the general part, they are good enough. You have a lot of information. If you ask a question, I'll definitely answer you. This spreadsheet, it's on that part. It's a nice community. We don't allow ugly behavior in that in the community. If you want to join us, we'll help you to, I don't know, at least what we can help you with basic things if you don't want to go deeper on the trading part. That's it from my part, Kevin.
cool, awesome.
I
Well,
think it's good enough. We have 1 hour and a half, almost at the limit.
sweet, we did good enough. That's all we
Yep.
can hope for.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, awesome, man. Any feedback would always be appreciated. Anybody hit me up if they'd like. And other than that, we'll be back next Sunday for the same thing. And maybe sometime between then, I do get to that crypto stock video. We'll see. Sometime in the next little while. Not really a huge rush. So, but all that said, I think that's it for me. And I hope you guys all have a good day today. And we'll see how the weekly candle closes. And see you guys this week if you're out there trading. And other than that, take care, everybody. Bye bye.